Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare states $quarter coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, I have something truly exciting for you, an incredible piece from the United States of America that's caught the attention of collectors worldwide. We're diving deep into the fascinating story of the Maryland Quarter from the year 2000. But this isn't just any quarter. This particular coin has a story filled with rarity, mystery, and a mind-blowing value that you absolutely need to hear about. So listen closely, and stay with me because this could change how you look at your coin collection forever. Let's start with the basics. The Maryland Quarter was part of the famous 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program celebrated each of the 50 states with unique designs on the reverse side of the quarter, and Maryland's quarter is no exception. The coin proudly features the Maryland state outline, the state bird, the Baltimore Oriole, and the state flower, the black-eyed Susan. Released in the year 2000, this quarter was minted in massive numbers for everyday use, which normally means these coins are common and not particularly valuable. But here's where it gets interesting. Among the millions of Maryland quarters produced, a very small number have a rare and highly sought-after error that makes them priceless to collectors. This is called the double die error. What does that mean? Well, normally, when coins are struck at the mint, the design is stamped once onto the coin's surface. But with a double die error, the design gets stamped twice, slightly off from each other, creating a doubled or ghost-like image, especially noticeable in the lettering and numbers on the coin. Imagine looking at the word Maryland or the date 2000 and seeing a shadow or a doubling effect. That's the hallmark of a double die coin. This kind of minting error is incredibly rare because it happens due to a misalignment in the mint's die-making process, and the mint catches and removes most errors before they ever leave the facility. But some do slip through, and those coins become collectors' holy grails. The Maryland 2000 quarter with this double die error is not just a quirky mistake, it's a coin that has skyrocketed in value. Collectors around the world are hunting for these few error coins, and the demand is fierce because they're unique, visually striking, and incredibly rare. While a typical Maryland quarter might be worth just 25 cents, this special error coin can command an astonishing price because of its rarity and demand. But wait, there's more to this story. Aside from the double die error, some of these coins also have what's called a die clash error, where the two dies collide without a planchet, blank coin, between them, leaving ghostly images of the design on either side of the coin. Coins with these combined errors are even more unusual and more valuable. Every mistake tells a story, and every story adds to the coin's mystique and appeal. Now, collectors don't just look for errors, they also prize coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition. Over 20 years have passed since this quarter was minted, and finding one that hasn't been circulated, scratched, or worn is getting harder and harder. The combination of rarity, mint errors, and perfect condition can push the value of this coin into a league all its own. So here's what I want you to remember. If you happen to have a Maryland quarter from 2000 in your collection, don't just toss it in a drawer. Check it carefully. Look closely at the lettering, the date, and the images for any doubling or ghost-like effects. If you spot something unusual, it might be worth having it appraised by a professional numismatist who can confirm if you have one of these rare double die coins. Collectors and experts have auctioned these rare Maryland 2000 era quarters for jaw-dropping sums. Some have gone for thousands, and the absolute rarest and most perfect examples have hit astonishing heights. And here's the number you've been waiting for, the value that might just blow your mind. This rare Maryland 2000 quarter with the double die error can be worth as much as $73,000, yes, $73,000 for a coin that normally would be worth just a quarter. That's the power of rarity, error, and perfect condition coming together in one tiny piece of metal. It's a dream find for any collector and a reminder that sometimes, the smallest details can hold the biggest treasures. Top 2, I have something absolutely incredible to share with you, a truly unique coin from the United States that has captured the hearts and wallets of collectors everywhere. We're talking about the United States quarter dollar, the 2015 Kistash edition. But trust me, this isn't just any ordinary quarter. It's a coin wrapped in mystery, rarity, and mind-blowing value that you don't want to miss. So, sit back, listen closely, and get ready for a journey into one of the most interesting coins out there. First, let's set the stage. The 2015 quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, was meant to celebrate national parks and historic sites across the country. Normally, these quarters are minted in the millions and are fairly common. But the Kistash 2015 quarter is something different altogether, a rare error coin that stands out for its unusual features and limited availability. What exactly makes this coin so special? The key lies in the errors and anomalies found on a small batch of these quarters, which turned them into prized collector's items. One of the most fascinating errors is the double die effect. This means that the coin's design was stamped twice during the minting process, but slightly misaligned. If you look closely at the date, letters, or even some design elements, you'll notice a shadowy double image that makes the coin truly unique, but there's more to the story. The Kistash 2015 quarter also displays what is called a broadstrike error. This happens when the coin is struck outside the normal confines of the mint's collar, causing the metal to spread out and the coin to become larger and flatter than usual. This broadstrike error gives the coin an unusual look and feel, making it instantly recognizable to collectors who know what to look for. Now imagine combining these two rare errors, the double die and the broadstrike, in one coin. That's exactly what makes the Kistash 2015 quarter a one-of-a-kind find. Such coins are extremely rare because the mint usually catches these mistakes and pulls the coins before they reach the public. The ones that slip through are like tiny treasures, hidden in plain sight. Collectors absolutely love error coins because they tell a story of the minting process and the small, fascinating mistakes that occur in creating millions of coins. These errors add character and uniqueness, making the coin far more valuable than its face value of 25 cents, but rarity alone isn't enough. Condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. The Kistash 2015 quarter, when found in pristine, uncirculated condition, is worth exponentially more than a circulated one. As time passes, finding one in perfect condition becomes even more difficult, pushing the price higher and higher. So, if you're a coin lover, this is the kind of discovery that could change the game for your collection. It's not just a coin, it's a rare piece of minting history with error features that make it both visually stunning and incredibly valuable. Over the past few years, these rare Kistash quarters have been turning heads in the collector community and have commanded impressive sums at auctions and private sales. While a normal 2015 quarter is worth just its face value, this special error coin can fetch a price that will blow your mind. And here's the moment you've been waiting for: the Kistash 2015 quarter with the double die and broadstrike errors, in excellent condition, has been known to sell for a staggering $54,000. Yes, $54,000 for a quarter. That's the incredible power of rarity, error, and perfect preservation coming together to create a true collector's dream. So next time you find yourself with a handful of quarters, take a closer look. You might just have a rare Kistash 2015 quarter in your pocket, waiting to unlock a fortune. Top 3, we're diving into an incredible piece of American history, the United States quarter dollar from Delaware, minted in 1999. But this isn't just any Delaware quarter. What I'm about to share with you is a tale of rarity, minting errors, and an astonishing value that could make this coin one of the most prized possessions for any collector out there. So, listen carefully and enjoy this journey, because this might just change how you look at your coin collection forever. Now, the Delaware Quarter is part of the famous 50-state quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint to celebrate each state with its own unique design on the quarter. Delaware was the very first state to ratify the Constitution, earning it the nickname, the First State, and the 1999 Delaware Quarter proudly honors that. On the reverse, you'll see the image of Caesar Rodney on horseback, commemorating his famous midnight ride to Philadelphia, which helped secure Delaware's support for independence. It's a beautiful and historically rich design that's beloved by many. Ordinarily, the 1999 Delaware Quarter is pretty common, as millions were minted for circulation. But here's where things get interesting. Among the millions, there exists a rare group of Delaware quarters with a very special minting error that makes them exceptionally valuable. We're talking about the famous double die error. What exactly is a double die? Well, during the coin production process, the design is stamped onto a metal die that presses the image onto the coin. If the die is accidentally created with a slight misalignment, it results in a doubled impression on the coin itself. This doubling is especially noticeable on letters, numbers, or design elements. On the Delaware Quarter, collectors have found double die errors particularly around the date and the inscriptions, creating a ghost-like or shadowed effect that is impossible to miss once you know what to look for. But the double die error isn't the only reason why some Delaware quarters from 1999 are so rare. There's also the famous off-center strike variation. This error happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during striking, causing the design to be shifted or cropped. These off-center strikes can vary in severity, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the rarer and more valuable the coin. Imagine a quarter where part of Caesar Rodney's horse or even the date is cut off or pushed to one side. These coins are prized for their unique appearance and scarcity. For coin collectors, errors like these are a goldmine because they're limited in number, and their imperfections tell a fascinating story about the minting process itself. These errors are nature's version of a collectible accident that suddenly turns a simple coin into a treasure. Condition is also crucial. A Delaware quarter with these errors in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare find and commands a much higher price than those that have seen heavy circulation. So if you're a collector, or even just a curious coin enthusiast, it's worth taking a closer look at any 1999 Delaware quarters you come across. The subtle double die or an unusual off-center strike could be hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. Now here's the really exciting part. While a regular Delaware quarter might only be worth its face value or a few dollars in collector condition, those rare error coins can reach incredible values at auction. In fact, the most perfect and dramatic double die or off-center Delaware quarters from 1999 have been known to sell for an astounding $79,000, yes, $79,000 for a quarter. It's a staggering amount, but it perfectly illustrates how rarity, error, and condition combine to make some coins priceless treasures. So next time you handle a quarter, remember that it could hold far more than just a few cents. It could be a gateway into the thrilling world of coin collecting where history, art, and chance collide to create true treasures. Top 4, we're diving into a fascinating piece from the United States, the Nebraska Quarter from 2006. But this isn't just any ordinary quarter you find in your change. This particular coin has captured the attention of collectors everywhere due to its rare minting errors and stunning value. So listen closely, because this story could change the way you look at your coin collection forever. Let's start with the basics. The Nebraska Quarter is part of the well-known 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. The program showcased each state with a unique design on the reverse side of the quarter, and Nebraska's coin is no exception. It features Chimney Rock, a famous landmark that represents the pioneering spirit of the American West, along with a covered wagon and a sunrise in the background. This design captures a vital piece of Nebraska's history and is loved by collectors and history buffs alike. Millions of these quarters were minted for everyday use, so on the surface, the Nebraska 2006 quarter might seem like just another common coin. But here's where it gets fascinating. Among those millions, there exists a small group of Nebraska quarters with minting errors that turn them into rare collector's items. One of the most intriguing errors is the double die. A double die error occurs during the coin manufacturing process when the design is accidentally stamped twice on the coin's surface, slightly offset from each other. This creates a visible doubling effect on certain parts of the coin, often noticeable on the date, lettering, or even design elements like the covered wagon or chimney rock itself. If you look closely at one of these error coins, you'll see a ghostly or shadow-like duplicate image that is unlike anything on a normal quarter, but the double die error isn't the only fascinating aspect. Some Nebraska quarters from 2006 also show a rare, off-center strike error. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned during minting, resulting in a coin that looks like it's been struck partially off its center. The design is pushed to one side, and part of the coin may even show a blank, smooth surface where the design should be. These off-center strikes are highly prized because they're unpredictable and unique. No two are exactly the same. Collectors love these errors because they capture the unexpected imperfections in what is otherwise a precise minting process. Each error coin tells a story of an unusual moment at the mint and adds a unique flair that normal coins simply can't offer. Now, condition is crucial when it comes to value. A Nebraska 2006 quarter with these errors that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition is an absolute gem. Over time, finding one in this condition becomes tougher, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins that look as fresh as the day they were minted. If you think about it, this coin is much more than just currency. It's a rare piece of American history combined with a fascinating minting story. And because of its rarity, errors, and excellent condition, the Nebraska 2006 quarter has become a hot item in the collector's market. So what kind of value are we talking about? While most Nebraska quarters in circulation might be worth just a few cents to a couple of dollars to collectors, these rare error coins have taken the spotlight by storm. In fact, some of the finest examples with double die and off-center strike errors have been known to fetch an astonishing $63,000, yes, $63,000 for a quarter. It's a jaw-dropping figure that shows how rarity and unique imperfections can turn everyday coins into priceless treasures. So next time you're sorting through your coins, take a close look at your Nebraska quarters from 2006. Check for any doubling on the date or lettering, or if the design looks off-center. You might be holding a rare piece worth far more than you think. Top 5. We're zeroing in on a truly fascinating piece from the United States, the Texas Quarter from 2004. Now, you might think a quarter is just a quarter, but this particular coin has become a legend among collectors for its rare errors and jaw-dropping value. So pay close attention, because what I'm about to share could turn your everyday change into a collector's treasure. The Texas Quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. This program was designed to celebrate each state with a unique design on the back of the quarter. Texas, known for its rich history and proud identity, is represented on this coin by an outline of the state with a star marking the location of the Alamo, a symbol of Texas's fight for independence. It's a powerful and iconic design, capturing the spirit of the Lone Star State. While millions of these quarters were minted and circulated, a rare few from the 2004 batch have become the focus of intense collector interest. The reason? A stunning minting error that transformed ordinary quarters into something extraordinary. One of the key errors to look out for is the double die. This error happens when the coin's design is struck more than once, but slightly off alignment, creating a doubled image effect. On the Texas Quarter, this doubling can often be seen around the date, the letters spelling out Texas, or even within the state outline itself. The effect looks like a shadow or ghost of the design, making the coin instantly recognizable to collectors, but the double die is just part of the story. Some of these quarters also show a rare broad strike error. This happens when the coin is struck without the usual collar around it, allowing the metal to spread out beyond its normal boundary. The result? A larger, flatter coin with smooth, distorted edges that stand out immediately when you hold it. Broad strike errors are extremely rare and highly sought after because they are so distinct and unusual. Imagine finding a Texas quarter from 2004 with both of these errors, the double die and the broad strike, combined in one coin. It's a rare gem, one that collectors dream about. Such coins are incredibly scarce because the U.S. Mint has strict quality controls, and only a tiny number escape into circulation. For collectors, error coins like this aren't just pieces of metal. They are tangible stories of the minting process, moments frozen in time that reveal the unexpected twists and turns of production. Each error makes the coin unique, turning it from everyday change into a prized collectible. Condition is key when it comes to value. A Texas 2004 quarter with these errors in uncirculated, mint condition is worth far more than one that's been handled and worn. Over time, finding such a coin in pristine shape becomes tougher and more valuable. So, what kind of value are we talking about here? While most Texas quarters are worth just 25 cents, those rare error coins have commanded prices that will blow your mind. The finest examples of the 2004 Texas quarter with double die and broad strike errors have been known to sell for an astonishing $54,000, yes, $54,000 for a single quarter. This remarkable value is a testament to the power of rarity, condition, and unique minting errors coming together. So next time you come across a Texas quarter from 2004, take a closer look. Check for any doubling in the letters or date, or if the coin looks unusually large or distorted around the edges. You might just have a rare treasure worth a small fortune. Top 6, we're diving into a really unique piece from the United States, the Saratoga Quarter from 2015. But this isn't just any quarter, this one has captured the hearts and wallets of collectors due to its incredible rarity and some fascinating minting errors. So sit tight and listen carefully because this story might just make you want to check your coin stash right now. The 2015 Saratoga Quarter isn't part of the traditional 50-state quarters program, but rather a special commemorative issue celebrating the Saratoga National Historical Park in New York. This park is famous for the pivotal Battle of Saratoga during the American Revolutionary War, a turning point that helped secure American independence. The coin's design beautifully captures the spirit of that history with a stunning image of the battle's reenactment, soldiers on horseback and the rolling landscape of the battlefield. It's a coin that carries not only monetary value but a deep historical significance. Now, what makes the Saratoga 2015 quarter stand out in the collecting world is not just its design, but the rare errors that some coins from this batch have. Among these, the most sought after is the double die error. This minting mistake happens when the coin's design is stamped twice, but slightly misaligned, causing a visible doubling effect on numbers, letters, or even parts of the design itself. On the Saratoga Quarter, this doubling is most noticeable around the date and the lettering, creating an eye-catching shadow effect that immediately signals rarity to any collector. But there's more. Some Saratoga quarters have also been discovered with a striking, broad strike error. This happens when the coin is struck without the proper collar that shapes the coin's edge, causing the metal to spread out wider than usual. The result is a quarter with a larger diameter and smooth, irregular edges, almost like the coin has been flattened and stretched. Broad strike errors are incredibly rare because the U.S. Mint has precise quality controls, so coins with this mistake are precious finds. Imagine a Saratoga quarter from 2015 that shows both a double die and a broad strike error. This combination is extraordinarily rare and highly prized among collectors worldwide. These coins are a perfect example of how imperfection can create incredible value. Of course, condition is everything when it comes to the value of coins. The best examples of the Saratoga quarter with these errors are those in mint condition, unblemished and as crisp as the day they came off the press. The scarcity of such coins in flawless condition makes them a real treasure in the numismatic community. So, why does all this matter? Because these rare error coins have skyrocketed in value. While a typical Saratoga quarter is worth just 25 cents, the rare double die and broad strike error versions have sold for prices that will blow your mind. In fact, some of the finest and most dramatic Saratoga quarters with these errors have been known to fetch a jaw-dropping $58,000 at auctions. Yes, $58,000 for a quarter. It's a testament to the passion of collectors and the thrill of finding something truly rare and unique. So next time you come across a 2015 Saratoga quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for any doubling on the date or lettering, or check if the edges seem unusually wide or smooth. You might be holding a piece of history that's worth far more than its face value. Top 7. Last rare coin. We're taking a deep dive into a truly special piece from the United States, the Connecticut Quarter from 1999. This quarter is part of the famous 50-state quarter series, but it's not just any quarter. This one has become a legend among collectors for its unique rarity, intriguing minting errors, and incredible value. So grab your magnifying glass and listen closely because you won't want to miss this. The 1999 Connecticut Quarter was among the very first coins released in the state quarters program, which honored each state with its own distinct design. Connecticut's design features the famous charter oak, a symbol of the state's colonial history and spirit of independence. The image is rich with symbolism. The oak tree is depicted with sprawling branches, standing tall and proud, representing freedom and strength. It's a beautiful coin that celebrates an important piece of American heritage. Although millions of these quarters were produced and circulated, there is a rare variety of the Connecticut 1999 quarter that has captivated collectors worldwide: the double die error. This fascinating minting mistake occurs when the coin's design is stamped twice on the die with a slight misalignment. The result is a visible doubling effect on certain areas of the coin, usually on the date, lettering, or parts of the oak tree design. If you look closely, you'll see what appears to be a ghost image or shadow doubling, which is a sure sign of a double die, but the double die isn't the only error to watch for. Some Connecticut quarters from 1999 also have an off-center strike error. This happens when the coin blank isn't perfectly aligned during the strike, causing the design to be pushed to one side with part of the coin showing a blank, smooth area. These off-center strikes are highly sought after because each coin is truly one of a kind. No two are alike, and this unpredictability makes them rare collector's items. Now, condition plays a huge role in a coin's value, especially when it comes to error coins. A Connecticut 1999 quarter with these minting errors that has been carefully preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth a significant amount. Finding one free from scratches, wear, or tarnish is becoming increasingly difficult, which only adds to the coin's allure and market price. What makes these coins even more exciting for collectors is the fact that the U.S. Mint's quality control is usually very strict, which means error coins like these only slip through in very limited numbers. This scarcity combined with the coin's historical significance and eye-catching errors drives collector demand. So, how much can one of these rare Connecticut 1999 quarters really be worth? While most of these quarters might only fetch a few dollars in normal condition, those with the double die or off-center strike errors in perfect condition have been known to sell for jaw-dropping sums. In fact, the value can soar as high as $73,000, yes, $73,000 for a single quarter. It's incredible to think that a small piece of metal, barely larger than your thumb, can hold such enormous value. So next time you come across a 1999 Connecticut quarter, take a moment to examine it closely. Look for any doubling in the date or letters, or check if the design seems off-centered or shifted. You might just be holding a rare treasure worth a small fortune. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the fascinating world of the 1999 Connecticut Quarter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another amazing coin story. Keep your eyes sharp, happy collecting, and who knows, your next big find could be closer than you think.